All right, folks, welcome to makeitrain.net. We have a fantastic show to talk about how to quit your 9 to 5. Okay? Quit your 9 to 5. Stick around to watch it. Folks, we have top 10 tips on how to quit your 9 to 5, okay? I'm sure you guys have thought a lot about how do I avoid going to work every single day where somebody's telling me what to do. Somebody writes me a check, okay? And I have to wait for that check. Somebody can fire me whenever they want. Somebody can just take my job and my dreams away from me, right? I mean, it's not easy to listen to people, especially to work for a stupid boss who tells you what to do and they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, has that ever happened to you? Because that definitely has happened to me. Now, we're gonna teach you top 10 things plus a bonus if you stick around towards the end. Please like and subscribe because you would enjoy our videos, you get notifications, and we get to make more videos, right? It's a win-win situation. With that, we're gonna start with number 1, okay? First of all, you don't need to quit your 9 to 5, okay? And hear me out why. Use them to pay a rent or mortgage. Do the bare minimum they ask you to do, okay? If your job function is to submit some reports every week, do that. You don't have to go the extra mile and do 10 reports or 20 reports or finish the work faster because your boss wants you to. Because remember, your goal and your dream is to quit that job, not to stay there forever. So don't stay and keep doing more work. Don't work long hours, okay? Don't cut your lunch hour in half. In fact, if you have a lunch hour, a full lunch hour, use that lunch hour to go make some personal business calls. But use that time for yourself. That lunch time is not for your employer, it's for you, okay? So utilize that to achieve your dreams, folks. You don't wanna be an employee that's working like crazy for this job that pays you nominal money and will continue to pay it and will fire you one day. Your priority is to use this job to pay your rent or mortgage and to save up some money that then you can use to apply for your own business and your own dreams, right? You have your dreams that you want to achieve. Why do you want to focus all the time and attention to this job that you're at? This is a stepping stone. This is not your destination, okay? And if they don't like your work and they treat you like shit, who cares, right? Who cares? You know you have a goal in mind. Don't take it personally. They're writing a check. Take that check. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, okay? Number 2, live like a student, okay? That means that you don't have to buy expensive coffee, expensive water, expensive shoes, expensive ties, expensive clothes, Gucci and Armani jackets and so on and so forth, whatever that may be, a purses, high heels, all that stuff, a $4, $5 coffee. You don't need that, okay? You need to lay low. You need to keep a lower profile, a lower social footprint is what you need while you're struggling, while you're trying to save up that money from that employer that is paying your rent and your mortgage, right? So keep the end goal in mind. That also means not going out with friends every weekend, okay? That also means not drinking expensive coffee. And I keep mentioning that because I see people pouring in like, $5, $6 in just a cup of coffee, then sit there with a laptop chatting on Facebook and Google and Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Folks, that is not business. Anything that doesn't bring you money or achieve your goal or gets you closer to your goal, axe that, okay? So let's give you an example. Let's say you make about $6,000 from the job, okay? Let's say, look at the chart here. Let's say that your mortgage or rent is $1,500, okay? $1,500. Now, let's say also, for example, you have $1,500 in expenses, like, you have to eat, you have, maybe you're paying for a school part-time or something, or, kids' shoes and groceries, shop, whatever that may be, right? $1,500 in expenses. So now you're $3,000 per this chart, right? So what do you do with the rest of the $3,000 that you're getting from the job? You want to put it away in a separate account, okay? A separate. Doesn't matter savings or checking. You don't get any money from savings anyway, so might as well put it in checkings. But do not touch that money. Put it in a separate account. Let it grow, okay? Over time, Over time, that money will grow from $3 to $4 to $5 to $6 to $10,000. Well, if you have $10,000 in savings in that account, that's your first installment for your business, okay? With $10,000, and I will do a video on how to do a business in $5,000, $10,000, you have multiple choices of doing businesses, okay? You wanna use this for your own dreams, for your own hustle, for your own dreams that you wanna achieve, right? It's really that simple, folks. Don't overthink it. It's not rocket science, okay? Excuse me. What do you need? I have a question. Well, we're in the middle of a video session here. We're trying to educate people on how to, how to open their own business. I know, I just have a question. Well, is it really that simple? Is it really that easy? I mean, yeah, it's really that simple. Yes. You don't have to overthink it. Okay, so you're saying that. So what happens if my income goes up and down? Like, what am I supposed to do then, right? That's a better question. So if your income goes up and down, well, that's a risk you take. I mean, opening a business is a risk, but going to job is also a risk, right? Because you can get fired anytime. So how's that different from the other? Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, now please go and do something, okay? Go do laundry or walk the dog or something, okay? Okay, all right, bye. Anyway, where were we, right? So now tip number 3, folks, is to connect with other entrepreneurs, okay? If you wanna have your own business, or if you already have a business, you're an entrepreneur. Why? Because they're doing the same thing as you are, and maybe they're far along from you. Okay, so you can learn from them, and not only learn from them, you can actually change and exchange business ideas and skills. It's critical, folks, to learn and be in the same spirit, in the same community, so you can learn and grow faster. And the idea is, like, for example, let me give you an example, right? Because examples are the mother of all success. I met a person who does taxes, right? And they're really good at doing taxes, but I was good in marketing. I was good in putting up a website. And I asked them, well, would you partner with me on this hustle and we can do a business, and maybe you can do the taxes through the back end, but I can do all the work up front and advertise and communicate to people that we have this service. And the next day he calls me, it's like, sure, I'll do it. Let's do half and half. All of a sudden, I made some phone calls, and within a week, I swear to God, we had a client. So that's an example where you can work with other people, leverage their skills for your business. You don't have to have an idea yourself. Someone else's idea is good enough, right? Someone else can give you the idea, and then you can benefit from it. So think about that. If you have an idea that requires funding, let's say that $10,000 you put together in 3 or 4 months is not enough and you need more funding, talk to a bank. Talk to a local SBA, Small Business Administration. Call your county, talk to Chamber of Commerce. Tell people, I'm doing this, I need some help, and they will help you. And that's the beauty of communicating with people, is that you never know what you're gonna get. You might get some advice, some tips or something from a book, from a person, or vice versa, and will help your business. Talk to some, or register with some meetups, local meetups. Go to meetups.com and register and find, people, like there are groups for programmers, there are groups for local entrepreneurs, there are groups for blockchain experts, group for real estate investing, and vice versa. Whatever your interest may be, right? Talk to the meetups, go there, talk to people, tell them, I'm just curious, I just want to learn. What can you teach me? What is going on in the market? By being around those people, you pick up some ideas and tips and tricks and see how other people are doing it. And so you too can do that. Use these resources to your advantage, to your leverage, and try to make it happen, okay? So the next one is use leverage, okay? I've talked about leverage in my other videos. Use leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is using other people's money to benefit your own goals and your own deals. So you might go talk to a friend who may have some money, who may have some idea, like this tax guy that I talked to. He had some funding for advertising, and he said, I'll be able to pitch in half the money for advertising. I said, fine. Why? Because you know what? People have money sitting around, but they don't have the ideas or the thirst that you might have. So you may have an idea, or you may have the desire, you are willing to do all the work. If you are, people will lend you money. Sometimes people have ideas, they're sitting on them, but they don't know how to get going on that idea because they don't have time. But you can tell them, look, I'll do the work if you lend me the money. And that works for you and them as well, right? Also leverage your credit cards, okay? It's a great tool to extend the timeline, to buy more time. Don't just pay everything from your paycheck. Use credit cards. I have 4, 5, 6, 7 credit cards. I have 7 credit cards. I rotate balances. You can use one credit card to put the balance on the other, and then the other, then the other, and then you go round robin until you extend the timeline to pay the last bill. Some people even live that as a lifestyle. But the goal is to extend these timelines so you can buy more time again to fulfill your dreams, to get you from out of 9 to 5. Use leverage, use your own time, use meetups, all those things to get to your dreams, and then execute to get to the finish line so you can be free from the jail you're in, which is the 9 to 5, right? The next tip is to open social media accounts. Okay, I have multiple social media accounts. I'm sure you have some, but use them for business. Okay, why? Because you want to tell people, look, here's what I'm doing. I have an idea, I have a desire, I have time, I have energy, and get excited, get people excited in your idea. They may reach out to you, they may ask you, what are you doing, can I help? You'd be surprised if you ask, you shall receive. Tell people what you're doing. Excuse me.
So I have one more question.
Go ahead.
So what if I look stupid for advertising on social media and other platforms, and I don't make any money? What happens then? I'm gonna look really stupid, right?
Here's the thing, right? Why do you care what people think, right? They don't pay your rent, they don't pay your bills. They could care less if you survive or you don't survive. Most people just read your social media post and ignore it. But the ones who are interested in your business are the ones who are gonna hit you up. Don't let the negative voice of other people define your goals. You got your own goals, achieve them, go full force, put the hammer down. Okay? Make sense?
I suppose I can try your tricks and see if they work, right? What do I have to lose? Thank you.
Okay, the next tip, which is very critical and may seem obvious to you, but I'm surprised at people who reach out to me have not done this, okay? And the tip is that if you want to have a business, register a business, okay? Call the county or the city, register your business, okay? Tell them you want to open an LLC or sole proprietorship, S-corp, whatever they may be. You want to register a business. You want to tell them that this is the purpose of my business, I'm opening it. And folks, opening a business has huge advantages, and it doesn't cost you anything. It may only cost you 50 to 70 to 100 bucks to open a business, but then you have a business ID, right? And we can talk more about this later in a different video. But you have the idea of the business, you can start filing for expenses in your tax returns, right? Your business doesn't have to be profitable, because most businesses, just like Amazon.com, were not profitable for the first 8 years. Now, you don't want to be that business, but essentially you're registering a business so you can file expenses. You can be serious about it, okay? You're going all in. There's no back door, okay? Don't think about, I'm going to get out of here, I'm going to do something else. If this doesn't work out, I'll do something else. No, forget about not working out. You have just a single tunnel vision that you want to execute, and you will get there, believe me, if you keep executing as I'm telling you. Okay, so the next tip is, folks, is get a mentor. Sounds obvious, sounds, a no-brainer, but get a mentor. Why? Because mentors have already been there, done that a million times, okay? They've turned $5,000 into $5 million, $200 into $5,000. They know how to multiply money. They know how to buy time. They have resources. They have time. I have several mentors, not just 1, 2, 3, 4 mentors that I talk to depending on their availability, because these guys are making millions of dollars of deals. They don't have time for me. So I talk to them and I make sure that I get the most value of their time. And I volunteer my time for them. Sometimes they want something done, like this other mentor of mine, Paul Singh, called me once and he said, well, I want you to look at this government contract. Well, I have government contracting background. I looked at his contract and gave him the positive and negative feedback. He was very thankful, folks. And he said, Adnan, whatever you need from me anytime, okay? Obviously I had to stay up late at night to do it, but it was only one time. But he to this day remembers and says, anytime you need $10, $20, $30,000, I'll just write you a check. That's the kind of relationships you can build with a mentor. You do things for them, they'll do things for you, okay? It's a quid pro quo relationship, okay? That's what you need to build. You need to find mentors. If you don't, DM me, I'll find you one. Also, when you approach a mentor, don't talk to them about money, that I need money from you. Never do that, okay? Don't do that. Talk to them about personal interests. Like, I go to Cars and Coffee and I see people with Ferraris, Lamborghinis, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I ask them about cars. Hey, what is this car? Okay, how many horses, blah, blah, blah. And then you want to ask them, well, what do you do? The moment you ask the person, what do you do? It kind of puts them on the defense, okay? You don't want to just go guns blazing, ask questions. You want to ask people, look, I do this, or just tell them about what you do, what you're trying to do. And they might ask you more questions and tell you what they do. And that's where you can build a relationship based on a personal interest. So start with the car or the purse or whatever they're wearing. Be generic and be common. Don't be an awkward person. People don't like socially awkward people. And most of these people, the mentors, are very smart people. They're looking to see if you're asking a stupid question. So don't ask stupid questions. How much money do you make? How much money do you have? I'm just exaggerating, but you get the idea. Don't ask those kind of questions from the mentors, okay? So another tip is, it's not as important sometimes to do something, but also as important not to do something, okay? What should you not do? See, that's the thing. Nobody tells me or told me back in the day what not to do. So I ended up doing a lot of silly and stupid things that cost me time and money and effort, okay? For example, okay, don't go buying more expensive courses, okay? Don't go buying these expensive courses which promise, you can make $30,000 a month if you just take my course for $500. Well, unless they're legit and they have a program and you can talk to them, look at their credibility, talk to their students, real life students, that you actually talk to them, not just DM them on social media. Unless they have that kind of credibility and they're a figure that is above your level, then only consider. But spending more money, remember, if you have a bank account, you're putting in money to save money. If you're taking money out of that, you're getting farther away from your goal. So your goal is to grow that bank account and your savings and then apply that towards your business, okay? And if you keep spending money on buying more courses, buying more certifications, so on and so forth, it's not gonna get you there faster, folks, okay? So don't go on spending more money in hopes to make money. If you have somebody who has a $100 course, a $200 course, that's small money, right? You can spend that money and get that course, okay? That's fine. You can watch YouTube videos like this to educate yourself. There's a lot of free stuff out there, but most of the free stuff is junk, folks. So, but you don't want to spend like thousands of dollars. Like somebody told me they went to a boot camp for real estate for $5,000 some, and I said, "Did you make any money?" He said, "No. It's been 6 months. I haven't made a single dollar."
Hi, sorry to interrupt, but one more question.
Yes.
Okay, one more.
How can I help you?
So what about all these infomercials that people are telling me to buy this course and I can make $3,000, $50,000 a month? Like, is that real? Like, what is your opinion on that?
Well, so here's the thing. These folks who have these infomercials, they're selling you, they're also trying to sell you something to get their side hustle going. You go to Grant Cardone's seminar, he's gonna charge you a lot of money. It's just a show. So stop watching these shows. Nobody has a magic bullet out there that can just solve all your problems. You have to start yourself. You have to follow your own vision. You have it in you to get to where you need to be. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Now it's clear to me that I must execute to get results.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, so folks, these voices of doubt in your mind from social media, from friends, or whatever you might be that, I should be shy about telling people what I do. I tell people all the time. I post my videos everywhere on my social media, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, whatever that may be. I tell people what I do, what I'm trying to do, so people can help me. I have people call me up, DM me, message me, I want to learn from you, I want to teach this, I want to teach that, I want to partner with you, and that's okay, right? The last point that I have, which is a bonus tip, folks, is there's a mental aspect to it. When you hunker down and you save money, you're not going out with friends, drinking expensive coffee, buying expensive drinks. What happens? There's going to be a shock to your system, okay? A shock to your system which will tell you, what? Nothing is happening. I'm not making money. I'm not able to go out and have fun. I can't watch these NFL games and order large pizzas and wings and all that. You can do that once in a while, but cut it down to a minimum, right? So all of a sudden you're psychologically bankrupt because you feel like, wow, I can't do these things. I can't do all the stuff that I need to do. But keep in mind, this is a pain for a short amount of time, right? Maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, 6 months. Who knows how long, right? Maybe you might fail in this idea and you might learn something and start a different idea. That happens to me too, right? It's okay. It's okay to sacrifice. There is a price to make money. If you don't understand that, you'll be very disappointed, okay? There's a price to make money, and you need to be able to pay that price. And that price and the sacrifice is a sacrifice you're making by not going out often, not buying new shoes every month, not buying new ties, new purses, new heels, new makeup. You know, that's a sacrifice you're making. And if it can change your whole life and make you your own boss, isn't it worth it? You tell me, yes or no. Is it worth it? Drop a comment. Is it worth it to have this sacrifice? Yes or no? To get you to be a millionaire, to get you to be at the next level, so your friends can look at her like, wow, she used to be nothing and now she's a doctor and she's her own clinic. Wow, look at this lady. Or this guy, started his own mechanic shop and now he's driving these Ferraris. Wow, there are all these stories, folks. They're real stories. Is the sacrifice worth it? You tell me. With that, thank you so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe and click notifications. But someday I want to grow this family to a point where we all learn from each other. We all can be successful. There's enough air for all of us to breathe, folks. So again, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, on LinkedIn. My hashtag is down below, CountCL Capital. And I'm here to show you it's not that hard. It's very easy. It's too easy in some ways. So join me, and I wish you guys all the luck. And if I can help in any way, hit me up on Instagram, okay? Thank you, folks. Have a great day. Bye.